This is problem 16 from your textbook on page 315. Okay? The goal is to find the area of the shaded region. What I did here is I enclosed the shaded region with a rectangular shape because we are not able to measure or measure the side lengths, the base, and the height, or count the total number of boxes. Because here we have pieces of a box, but not a whole box. Okay? Some places we have whole boxes, but not everywhere. So we've got to go about it a different way. I enclose it with a rectangle because one of the properties of a rectangle is that the corners all form right angles. So here's a right angle, here's a right angle, here's a right angle, and here's a right angle. Okay? For this type of problem, you've got to look at it as a big rectangle minus a bunch of different triangles. So in this case, if we wanted to find the area of the shaded region, we would start with the area of the large rectangle and then subtract the area of the three right triangles. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with finding the area of the large rectangle. The base of this rectangle is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 units. And the height is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we know that the formula for the area of a rectangle is base times height. So we can just plug our values in, the base being 12 and the height being 5. So the area of this is 60 units squared. So now I have to find the area of the triangles. Okay, we can easily find the area of this triangle because we know that the base has to be down here and the height has to be perpendicular to that base. Since this is a rectangle, we know that this is a right angle. So if we count the base, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the height has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're working with a triangle that has a base of 6 and a height of 5. We know that the formula for the area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. So again, we just plug our values in. And then simplify. 30 divided by 2 is 15, so that's 15 units squared. Then we can do the same thing for this one over here. So we start out with the formula. Area is equal to 1/2 the base times the height. The base is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the height is 5. Well, this is the same as the last one. I'm just going to do the same thing. So 6 times 5. So the area has to be 15 units squared again. Now this one's a little bit trickier because you don't have the luxury of it being in a corner. So we'll look at it a different way. If this is our base right here, we know that the base of this bigger triangle at the top is 12 units. And the height has to be perpendicular to that base. Well, all of these little squares are squares, so the corners have to be right angles, which means that the height would have to be 2 units. So in order to find the area of this triangle, we would multiply 1/2 times 12 times 2, which is, well, half of 2 is 1, so it has to be 12 units squared. All right, so I've erased all that work and just written all the answers to the different for the areas of the different triangles and the rectangle. So now we can plug in our values into this original equation that we thought of. So the area of the shaded is equal to the area of the rectangle, which is 60 units squared, minus the sum of those 3 triangles. So minus 15 plus 15 plus 12. So the area of the shaded has to equal 60 minus 42, which equals, let's see, 18. So 18 units squared.